Okay, so it was a big return to the movies this Memorial Day weekend. Disney's Cruella pulled in over $26 million in just 4 days. The movie was also released on Disney Plus at the same time, but the big weekend box office winner was John Krasinski's A Quiet Place 2. That made $57 million over the same 4 days. The movie was only available in theaters, and Amy Schumer gave the film some high praise on Instagram, but she took a jab at John and his wife and co-star Emily Blunt, joking that they have a pretend marriage for publicity. John responded by thanking Amy for blowing up his whole marriage spot. Okay, so Erica also went to the movies. So do you think this is the return of cinema or no?
Yeah.
Because I watched it at home in my couch, Cruella, via Disney Plus.
Yeah, I think so, as a person who returned to cinema after 10 to 12 years. But there was a big push in the theater, too, about how the movies are made for bigger screens. So just encouraging people to come back. But I also tell people, like, you know, you can't just buy a ticket next to the person next to you at a lot of theaters. So that also gives it more of that, like, gotta get that ticket feel.
Exclusivity.
Exclusivity. Yeah, there's nothing like going to the theaters, though. I don't think it's the end of theaters. I thought it was during the pandemic, but apparently a lot of people I talk to, even in here, are like, oh, I went to the movies this weekend because people just want to get back. I'm more on your speed because I have a 2- and 4-year-old. Disney Plus is the jam.
Oh, Disney Plus is the jam.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing Cruella because I love Emma Stone.
Wait till you see Cruella. Cruella rocked my world. This is going to sound like I made it up because how much time do you have in 2 days? I watched it twice. Both evenings, Friday evening and Saturday evening, Cruella. It is that fantastic. Have you been back to the theater?
No, and I'm a little nervous because of the air. Somehow I got to get over it and do the Erica thing and jump back in. I want to go see an IMAX about prairie dogs barking. Now that's going to be fun.
How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah, Tori, I like it.
Held on to that.
What's hilarious, though, is all four of you, if you were walking and then all of a sudden you heard beep, 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 and you looked and you saw a ton of prairie dogs with babies, every single one of you would run up and look and be like, oh my gosh, that is so cute.
I'm going to call that a absolute not true.
Yes, you did. It is not like Lawson, Layton, quick.
Not anymore. They have the plague.
No, they don't. I said they could possibly carry a plague. Possibly.
I'm glad that you brought this up because I have wondered. When I first moved here 12 years ago, you would see them everywhere. Now you don't see them as much, and I think it's because of development and all of these things, and people have been hunting them, like for real hunting them.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I'm glad that they're still
They're not
out
an
there.
infestation.
Why would you hunt them if they're not an infestation?
People don't hunt them. I've never heard that mean a thing. Okay.
Michael Dean, do you want to tell that story at commercial break? Yes.
No, I don't want to hear it. That sounds sad. I don't want to hear it.